Hi, so today I'm going to be talking about Atonement by Ian McKellen. This book was absolutely incredible. It deserves to win this prize. It's already won so many. And I'm going to first start talking about the writing. The writing was clear and it was neat. And that might sound boring, but the interesting part about it and the crazy part about it was underneath the clear and neatness was it went into so much depth. It went into a depth that is requires a very intelligent mind to think of, right? And as a reader, it makes us much more engaged because we now have to think for ourselves. We have to think what this small action could mean or what this conversation could mean, and we have to kind of come to our own conclusions, which will later be assured or whatever. But that's why it was so amazing, because I found I was myself on an adventure, and I wasn't just seeing this person drink a glass of water, I was drinking the glass of water. It was that amazing. It gripped me, and the writing was just out of this world. Next, I want to talk about metafiction, because metafiction plays a giant role in this novel. It starts off with Briony, a young girl. She loves to write, and there's her character. You can see her physical appearance, what she says to other people, but it's when she writes where you really can delve deep into her. So that's where we see the first significance of writing in writing. Then the story carries on, and by the end we find out that she had actually written this whole book. And that draws upon really the morality of writing. We see the significance of writing in this book, how important writing actually is. Because you can see a movie, you can watch a movie, and you can see everything and it can be great, but then writing takes what you see and it turns it into something much more detailed. It takes what it is in its true form and it keeps its true form, but it becomes something with so much more depth, and it becomes more alive, and you analyze, and it brings out the real truth, right? Next, I want to talk about dichotomy, and this book was very dichotomous. And when I was explaining it to myself, I realized it's literally a representation of the yin yang, because on one side you have the light, and that is the beginning of the book. It's summer and it's warm and it's sunny and the family's all together and it's just light, right? And then you just see a little bit of darkness, something happens, and there's a little bit of darkness, right? And then this darkness implodes and it becomes overwhelmingly dark, and that is war, World War II, and it's death and it's gore and it's bloody men and it's dying, and it's just like this. It's terrible, right? And then eventually we see a little bit of light in the darkness, and that is atonement, and that is reconciliation. And with that, us as readers find reconciliation. And it's just this perfect depiction of that there's light and dark, and there's dark and light, and it's at peace with it, and it flows, and it's beautiful, and it's alive, and it's like this beautiful mirage of colors. And I would recommend it to anyone, because even at the beginning it was a little difficult for me to read because it is pretty advanced, but you get used to it, and his words are just like freaking incredible. So I could go on forever. I'm running out of time and I can't edit on this dinosaur of a computer. So thank you for watching. Read Atonement. It is worth every minute you'll spend wondering what that word meant, but it is so good and it deserves to win the prize, and it is for sure a classic, even though it was written in 2001. It's a classic and it's going to go down in history. So read this book. Don't just watch the movie, read the book too.